Hello, everyone. I'm a PhD student from the Language Academy, the Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanity, University Technology, Malaysia. And my name is Gao Lixin. My metric number is PLA233001. And my supervisor is Dr. Marsha. Today, I want to share with you guys my research ideas about my PhD research. The title of my thesis might be a mixed method research on multilingual Mongolian family language policy in Huhat, Inner Mongolia, China. Now let's move to the outline. The outline consists of 8 parts. Part 1, research background. Part 2, research questions. Part 3, research designs. Part 4, population and sampling. Part 5, research instruments. Part 6, data collection procedure. Part 7, data analysis. Part 8, expected finding. Now let's explore them one after another. First, concerning the research background, and mainly 3 things to address. First one, Mongolian language is now being threatened more seriously by the 2020 bilingual education reform in Inner Mongolia, China, wherein Mongolian language as a medium of instruction has been replaced by the Chinese Mandarin in 3 core subjects: history, politics, and Chinese across all the Mongolian schools in Inner Mongolia, China. And number 2, many Mongolian families in Inner Mongolia moved to bigger cities, such as the capital city, Huhat, who seek better life. So it is a trend that more and more Mongolian move to big cities. And number 3 is many Mongolian parents in this situation are trilingual, Mongolian, English, and Mandarin. They faced language choice issues in language family policy and planning. So in this background, it is high time to conduct mixed method research on more trilingual Mongolian family language policy and planning in Inner Mongolia to predict the language maintenance and shift, since more and more young families have to make difficult choices in language family policy in terms of maintaining their own language, heritage language, Mongolian language, and also helping their children have a better future with proficient Mandarin and English. Now comes to the research questions. Number 1, what language ideologies do Mongolian parents in Mongolian schools in Huhat, Inner Mongolia, have towards English, Mandarin, and Mongolian? Some factors such as education backgrounds, income, profession, self-reported proficiency in Mongolian related to their ideology. And question 2, what are parents' management efforts in planning family languages? Number 3, how does language practice evolve across 2 generations in Mongolian families from the perspective of parents of primary school students in Mongolian schools in Huhat, Inner Mongolia? And question 4, what influences their language ideology, management efforts, and language practice? Based on the research questions, I will use quantitative and qualitative to do my research. So for quantitative research, I'm going to use questionnaire to get my data base. And for qualitative, I'm going to use interview to get some answers in depth. So for population and sampling, the population is all the trilingual Mongolian families in Huhat, where fathers and mothers are both Mongolians, who can speak Mongolian, Chinese, and English. And for sampling, I will use snowballing sampling method. Probably I will get 500 trilingual Mongolian families to do the questionnaires and 30 families for the interview. And for research instruments, I will divide it into two parts, questionnaire part as well as interview part. So for the questionnaire part, most of the questions are guided by Spassky 2004 language policy. So basically in part 2, 3, and 4, these questions are based on Spassky's three dimensions: language ideology, language management, and language practice. And I will also include part 1, basic information, okay? Gender, nationality, education background, etc. And for another instrument, interview, the interview questions will be also guided by Spassky's language policy. And part 1, semi-structured questions about language ideology, and part 2 about language management, and part 3 about language practice. And now comes to data collection. So first I will do pilot survey to check my reliability, and also I will ask some experts to check my validity of questionnaires and interview questions. And for questionnaire, I will distribute my questionnaire online to get my data. And for the interview, I will probably ask 30 families to do the interview offline. And for data analysis, basically I will do the analysis based on the 4 research questions. So based on, for question number 1, 2, 3, I will use descriptive analysis to predict the trend. And also I will use inferential analysis to generalize from the sample to the population. And for question number 4, which is to see what influences parents' ideology, management, and practice, and what other relationship, the reasons behind them, I will use thematic analysis. And some possible findings. First one, parents with higher education backgrounds and income might place more emphasis on English proficiency of their children. And number 2, parents with higher proficiency in Mongolian might be invested in promoting Mongolian language usage within family. And number 3, differences between parents and children's language use might indicate potential generational shifts, with children incorporating more Mandarin and English into their language practice. And the last one, thematic analysis may reveal that language practices within the family are deeply connected to cultural and identity considerations. And these are the brief general research ideas for my research topic. And thank you for your attention. Thanks for listening. See you next time.